Broadcasting live from Johnny Chuck's Home and Hardware. We're going to be here for the next 30 minutes to talk about some really cool things, some tips, some questions that my readers have sent me during the week, and questions that some of the customers have come in and asked me about that I want to share with you. And also, we are having some events coming up in the next couple of weeks in the end of July. God, I can't believe it's the end of July and the 1st of August that I want to tell you about. So let me tell you where we're located. We're at 2361 Northwest Military Highway, which is 2 miles north of Loop 410, right past the light at Lock Hill, Selma. Now the phone number here is 210-341-1573. If you have a question about what I'm talking about, whether it's now or later on in the week, give us a call. We leave up everything that I talk about on the radio table for several days. So if you don't catch the whole thing that I'm talking about, well, you can come to the radio table and I'll be happy to explain to you what we were doing. First of all, I want to tell you, we've got two things going on that are going to be on sale. Okay, one is ceiling fans. I've decided that ceiling fans are changing all the time, and so we have some ceiling fans that are still wonderful fans. They're lifetime warranty fans, but we want to get them out to get new fans in. And so they are the Hinkley fans and they are the Wind River fans. And we never put these on sale. I mean, we might put them a little bit on sale, but I want to blow them out. So let me just tell you the sale that we have going on. If we have a fan here in the store that's regularly priced $120 and more, okay, they're going to be $25 off. And the fans that I have that are like that are the Dalton fans. It's just a real simple fan, great for extra bedrooms, small dens, your office or something like that, whether that be at the house or if it is at your office where you come in and do. Hey Jill, can I ask you something real quick? I'm sorry everybody to do this. It's on the Facebook Live, it's doing that. Am I coming across on Facebook Live? And just make sure. It's the Dalton fan, 52 inch. It's got 4 lights on it, very easy to exchange the lights. And then, so that one is regularly $120, and it's gonna put it under $99. And like I said, these are lifetime warranty fans, okay? And then if the fan is $200 or more, which we have several like that. We have the Afton fan made by Hinkley, and then we have the Eris fan, also made by Hinkley. They are going to be from $258 down to $208, and then $239 down to $189. This is the time to buy a ceiling fan. Even if you're not ready to put it up right now, get it. And I mean, it would be a great Christmas present. And then for the fans that are $300 or more, those are going to be your Hinkley Artis fans, and I have 4 of those fans left because we've been selling them. So the 60 inch, they're the 3-bladed fans. It moves more air than any other fan that they have. It's regularly $4.99. You get $75 off. It puts it at $424. The 72 inch fan is $525. With your 75 off, puts it at $450. It's just a great time to buy a ceiling fan, and like I said, there's nothing wrong with these fans. We just want to put in some new fans, okay? Now, we also have an event that's coming up next week, and it is an event called Back to School Sale. And it is especially for mamas in the house that have been taking care of the kiddos all summer long, and you just need a little break. You are so happy school is back in session. And what we're going to do is we're going to have our new Lalia line is going to have a gift with purchase. It's a beautiful fragrance line. And then our buttery soft lounge sets are going to be on sale for $19.99. They look beautiful with the powder robes. Farmhouse Fresh, we're going to have they'll be 40% off on everything. On everything. It's so whether it's their lip stuff or their facial creams or their lotions, they're all going to be 40% off. And then Glass House Candles, we're going to do a free perfume sample with any Glass House fragrance purchase. It's just a way to say, hey, welcome back to the real world, you know, and send those kiddos where they go off to school and learning so much. And also, we're doing a deal called Stuff the Bus. There's this big yellow tote up front, and you fill it full of school supplies. And then we'll take it back over and drop it off for you. It's a way to help out those kids, and it helps like 160 schools. So there's a list that's on the tote. We're going to try to fill it too. We're also going to take our backpacks that are for sale for the kids, and we're going to stuff them full of crayons, pencils, and a notebook. So it's just fun times here at Johnny Chuck's Home and Hardware. Later on, right before the end of the show, I'm going to tell you about the Milwaukee sale that is coming up, but not till August. How many of you can say mosquito? Okay, they are out in full force right now. If you have any standing water, dump it over. I didn't think I did, but I had several plants that had tons of water standing in. Dump them over. If you want to take a step up and take care of your mosquitoes, besides just spraying them with something that's probably going to last about maybe 2 weeks, I would put in a Spartan mosquito eradicator. It'll take you a couple of weeks for that to really kick in, but it gets rid of 85% of the mosquito population in your backyard. So easy to use. It's about $40 for a set of 2 tubes that come with a powder that you add water to. You shake it up and put it in the trees, and that's all there is to it. Then you just leave it alone. And you can also do a Dynatrap. If you've got a Dynatrap, you just remember to change out your bulb with every season. And Bertie, if you want a new Dynatrap, we have those here too. So I mean, they were out last night. Bad. All right, so I had a couple of tips because I had some questions and I want to share them with you. I had a gentleman that came in and he was showing me some stains that is on his garage floor. And I asked him, I said, are these oil stains? He says, one of them is. I have no idea what the other ones are. I think they might be air conditioning or radiator, or it could be anything. And I said, well, I only have one product and it gets rid of oil stains, okay? The product is called Drive Up, and it works so well. You just simply sprinkle it on and you keep it wet for an hour. So every 15 minutes, you sprinkle it on this oil stain. The last time that you put it on, you give it a scrub with a broom and you just rinse it off. Not a high pressure hose, you just rinse it off with your regular hose and then let it dry. And when it dries, if you still see a little shadow of an oil stain left, you just do it all over again. And then I told him, once you get that up and you still have stains on the floors and you want to cover it up, I'm going to suggest something. Don't paint it. We have carried paints, and you know, it's really hard here in San Antonio with hot tires, and you roll in because most people will not wait long enough for that paint to cure completely, and they roll in and they leave tire tracks. Just cover it up with a rug. Just go to, I don't usually recommend this, but like a big box store like Walmart, and they'll have these very inexpensive floor rugs that are bound around all the edges, and just lay it down in the garage. And let me tell you what it will do for you, besides covering up that stain. is it keeps down the dust in the garage. And then if you're like me, who backs into the garage, it's very easy to see where you need to be backing into. So it's just a little tip that just works so well. I have always put down rugs in my garage, and they're easy to walk on, and it keeps the dust down. Now, I had another person came in just this morning, and their dog got skunked. I feel so sorry for him. And he says, what do I do? One of the best things to do is clean your dog. And right now, it's a good thing. It's very mild outside, and so you can keep your dog outside. The first thing they want to do is what? Run right back in the house. And go outside and bathe them. Use Dawn liquid, okay? And really massage in where that skunk has sprayed them. It's just so sticky and greasy, and that's why that smell just lingers so bad. And get all that off, and it'll come off with Dawn very easily. Now, if your dog's got real curly hair, yeah, you have to go back and do it a couple of more times. And then once you do that, spray them all down with BioZap. BioZap is completely safe to use on your dog. It's an odor neutralizer. Now, I'm not saying it's going to get rid of it the very first time, but go back and keep doing it, because that smell, I think, gets in their skin, and then when they start sweating and stuff, they just give it off again. So BioZap and Dawn liquid, and it works great. I have a white dog. I don't want to put tomato juice on my dog, okay? Now, I had another question. I had some family members, not my family, but family members that came in, and they said that they had a real scare last week. And I said, what happened? And he said, I went to call on my mom and dad, and I rang the doorbell, and they didn't come to the door. And I rang the doorbell again, and they didn't come to the door. And luckily, I had a key, and I let myself in, and there they were, sitting there, watching TV, and they didn't hear the doorbell. Well, it scared him to death, because he was worried about his parents, and they still live on their own. And so I told him, get yourself a wireless doorbell, okay? A wireless doorbell that is battery operated. And you're gonna put the little doorbell button on the front door, and then you have almost 150 feet where you can put the chime. So if they like to watch TV and they're sitting in the den, you just put the chime down on the table. It's battery operated, it doesn't have to plug in, and then when the doorbell rings, when you call on them, they'll hear it, okay? And then they come in a couple of different colors and sizes, but the one that I like to recommend is the one made by Heath Zenith, and it's wireless and battery operated. So take a little worry off your mind. I had a lady that came in, and she was putting up new drapes in her bedroom, but she lives in an apartment, and so she does not want to put any screws, anchors, anything like that. She just wants to put some lightweight drapes over the blinds, and I recommended the High and Mighty, they're decorative hooks. Those of you that are watching on Facebook right now, you can see that there is an area where you could slip a curtain rod right through there. They give you about an inch between the back of the hook and the front of the hook. And these kind of hooks literally go in with almost a pin-sized hole, and they will hold so much. Okay, the one that I'm holding right now is 20 pounds. You put two of them up and you're gonna hold 40 pounds. So High and Mighty makes several decorative hooks. I use them in my closet all the time. I like to hold my hair dryer and my curling iron, my straight iron. I have to use all kinds of things for my hair. And it keeps them from getting all tangled and down on the floor, or I don't have room in the drawers in my bathroom. But these are great for drywall, so you do not have to hit any kind of stud, and anybody can put these in. You don't even have to have tools. You literally push them in with your thumb. High and Mighty, They're really good. All right, so I had a lady ask me, she says, I've got some places on my flooring, my wood flooring, that has lost color. What do I do? And she says it's in the same place all the time. It's transition area walking from the den into the kitchen. And so I suggested something real easy because she had picked up like a real heavy duty stain, a gel stain, which yes, of course I would cover it up, but it takes forever to dry. Get the Restore Finish. Get the Restore Finish, and then you just dab it on with a little cloth, okay, and tap it into that area. Very thin coats, okay, because you want it to dry quickly. And then once you cover it up and you can't see any line of demarcation, then let me tell you what to use on your wood floors. You want to use a product called Quick Shine. Quick Shine will give you a really soft gloss. The wood luster one does, and then the normal formula that's in the green bottle will give you a high gloss from the very first coat that you put down. And it also protects your floor, because if you don't put something down on your floor, I know you have varnish down on the floor, but if you don't put a protective coating on that, all the dust and the dirt that you bring in, it is like sandpaper to your floor. And when people walk in and they grind it in with their shoes, and so you want to make sure that you have a protective finish. And let me tell you what else Quick Shine will do. It disguises all the surface scratches that is in your wood. It is, I don't know why it does that. It may just be because of the high gloss that it does. And it will help diminish any kind of color that is off in the floor. It really is a great thing to use on your floors. And this is the nice part. It's not a wax. It's what they call a polymer finish. And you literally walk it off. So after a few months, when your floor is not as shiny as it used to be, all you do is just put on another coat and it will melt into the previous coats and give you this beautiful shine. The first year that I ever put Quick Shine on my floors, I put 6 coats on my floor, and it was beautiful. It looked like I had had the floors completely redone. It totally surprised my dad, because he thought I had spent thousands of dollars to have my floors refinished, when all I had done is pick up a bottle of Quick Shine and put 6 coats on. It dries in like 15-20 minutes. It has a nice fresh smell, and it looks good, like I said, from the first coat. Real easy to do. You just mop it on. All right. I've had some people ask me about painting their front door, okay? And Benjamin Moore has come out with a new product that is excellent for front doors. It's called Coratec Command. And Coratec Command is one of these kind of paints that dries very quickly. We used to recommend another front door paint. It was made by Modern Masters. Hi, Cindy. It's good to see you too out here on Facebook. But they have dropped that line, or if I can't get it any longer, I think they've dropped the line. And it only came in certain colors, so if that was not the color you wanted, well, you were out of luck. Well, the new Coronado Coratec, oh, it's not Coronado, it's not Coronado, it's called Coratec Command. It comes in 2 finishes. It comes in satin, which is great for all your trim work, your windows and things like that, doors, and it also comes in a high gloss. And maybe you might want a high gloss for your front door, but it also comes in 4 different bases. And so what does that mean? That means that you can paint from, hi Karen, how are you? You can paint from very white to black if you want to, because that was the problem with the other front door finishes, is that it was only certain colors, And if you didn't like that color, you couldn't change it. And so, but now you can pick whatever color you want in the Benjamin Moore line or in the Coronado line and paint your front door. And let me tell you, it will be tack-free in 15 minutes. They are really pushing this towards like the commercial area for like warehouses and business buildings and things like that. In fact, we're gonna paint our doors with the Coratec command because we're never closed. And so people are going in and out of the bathroom doors, in and out of the, well, we call it Rudy's office. He's the guy that comes in, makes sure we're all nice and clean here on Fridays. And you wish I had a store in New Braunfels, Andy? Well, we're not that far away. I know 35 is a mess now, right? Give us a call. Anything that I talk about, Andy is out on Facebook. And I said, I'll ship it to you, okay? So just go to the website, which is happyhandyman.com, and anything out there will ship right to your front door. I'm happy to do it, yes. Okay, so if you're thinking about painting your front door, then I would take a look, talk to Scott in the paint department, and ask him about the new command paint. All right, I want to tell y'all about, well, I want to tell you about this, but I'm going to tell you about this too. Okay, then Taylor made an all-weather silicone rain gauge. And those of you watching on Facebook, you can see I can squeeze it and it doesn't break. How many of you have these rain gauges that are out in the yard and then people come by and mow your yard and they break your rain gauge? And then you have to change out the rain gauge. Or if we're gonna get, I'm sure we'll get freezing weather again and we'll get rain, and then that glass rain gauge breaks. So just get yourself a shatterproof tube. And it's made by Taylor. I think they run about $15 to $18. I'm not positive on that, but this is really nice. How many of you have some rust on maybe some outdoor furniture, or maybe on some outdoor lights, outdoor handles, just a small area that you want to take care of? Well, we have been out of this for a while. It's called Revive. And Revive is a rust converter spray that's so quick and so simple to take care of your rusted surface. It actually converts the rust to just this black finish that will never rust again. Okay, never rust again. And if you want to, you can paint it afterwards, okay, with any kind of paint that you want, a latex, an oil, another spray paint if you want to. It's like I said, it is convenient, it's quick, and it's mess-free. And it will take care of all your outdoor. I think of it like if you have some chairs that have a lot of curly cues on them and stuff like that, this is so much easier than trying to brush on, because we have other things that you can use for rust. I think it's called Restore, and it does a really good job. But it's so much easier to do on a flat surface, just like your fences that are flat and stuff like that. But if you've got something that's curly and got a lot of ins and outs on it, then the Revive is really what you want to use. Made right here in Texas, woohoo! And so, okay, all right. Let me tell you where we're located again. We're at 2361 Northwest Military Highway, which is 2 miles north of Loop 410, right past the light at Lock Hill Summit. I want to remind you again of the ceiling fan sale, and then we're also going to have a Milwaukee sale the very 1st of August. And I'll tell you about that again. I'm sorry that the time got away from me. And that's it for this week, folks. It's time for you to roll up your sleeves and get busy on some of these projects we've been talking about. But by all means, you remember one thing. It will always be a great day to paint. See you next week.